Okay, we're getting in some breaking news that the Indian Kulbhushan has been awarded death sentence through the FGCM by Pakistan Army for espionage. This is with regards to the arrest of the Indian spy Kulbhushan Yadav. A death sentence has been awarded. I'm going to go straight across now to Executive Editor Gaurav Sawant for more details on this bit of news on Kulbhushan Yadav, who has been accused of espionage. He has been awarded death sentence. Gaurav, just give us more details on this news.
Pakistan Army has just announced that they've awarded death sentence to Kulbhushan Yadav. He's an ex-Indian Navy officer. He was illegally arrested in Iran and smuggled into Balochistan in Pakistan. And India has repeatedly sought his consular access. Pakistan has denied consular access. And now, in a completely arbitrary manner, a Pakistan military court has awarded death sentence to Kulbhushan Yadav, allegedly, as Pakistan claims, for spying and allegedly for subversive activities, as Pakistan claims, in Balochistan. But I've been speaking to top sources in Government of India, and they say this is blatantly illegal because they have denied giving any access. India has repeatedly sought consular access to former Indian Navy Commander Kulbhushan Yadav, which Pakistan has denied. Now, he was illegally taken into Pakistan from Balochistan after retirement from the Indian Navy. He was working for a company in Iran, and he was called into some meeting on the Iran-Pakistan border. From what sources tell India Today, he was taken into Pakistan, and then Pakistan has alleged that he was involved in spying. Now, what the Pakistan military court has said, Avantika, is that he was arrested on the 3rd of March in 2016 in Balochistan, allegedly for subversive activities in that area, and a field general court-martial tried him for espionage, and there they've awarded a death sentence to him.
Tell me something, didn't India issue 6 diplomatic communications to Pakistan to, get consular access to Kulbhushan Yadav?
You're spot on there, Avantika. India has repeatedly tried, and as you rightly pointed out, 6 times India tried to get consular access to him, saying that he's our national. We want to speak to him, but Pakistan has denied this. And in a blatantly illegal manner is what sources tell India Today. He's now been awarded a death sentence in Pakistan without giving India any access and without giving him any chance to defend himself. Of course, Pakistan claims that they have given him all legal rights. They claim he was represented by a lawyer, but who this lawyer was, and especially that this was carried out in a Pakistan military court, and there they've awarded death sentence to an Indian national.
How can Pakistan, book him on terror charges when India is still trying to seek consular access to Kulbhushan Yadav? I mean, I just want to understand this. When there is verbals, when there is communication going on between 2 nations, how can a country go ahead and award a death sentence?
This is what shows how Pakistan is going about. Look, Pakistan has special military courts after the terror attack on Pakistan Army Public School in Peshawar, at the Army Public School in Peshawar on the 16th of December in 2014, when 140 plus Pakistan Army children were massacred by terrorists. Pakistan had special courts to deal with terrorists, and they've awarded death sentence and executed several people on terror charges. But a military court trying an Indian national of Pakistan claims that Commander Kulbhushan Yadav used to work for RAW. Now, my sources in Government of India say that he does not work for the government at all. He was engaged in a private firm. He was in Iran on some kind of a business mission, and that is where he was abducted and taken into Pakistan. And then they showed that he was an Indian spy. They've been trying to say that. Now they've raised it at several international fora also, but failed. In fact, you'd recall, Avantika, we broke the story here on India Today that Sartaj Aziz, Pakistan's advisor to Prime Minister on Foreign Affairs, he said that Pakistan does not have enough details, it does not have enough legal details to try Kulbhushan Yadav and show in an international fora that he's an Indian spy. Despite that, they've taken it to a military court and awarded a death sentence.
Well, he had been booked for terrorism, and as you rightly said, Gaurav, he had been accused of espionage, of spying, something that India has categorically dismissed. So now from here on, what can we expect India to do?
From what my sources in Government of India tell me, that they've been trying to get access to Kulbhushan Jadhav for quite some time now. As you rightly pointed out, 6 note verbals, 6 attempts were made by India to get consular access to him. India will continue to try and get access to Commander Kulbhushan Jadhav, but Pakistan has so far denied it. On what grounds, they have not clarified. He's entitled to legal assistance. He's entitled, there is a convention between India and Pakistan. There is also an international convention.
Yes,
that if you take a citizen of another country, you give him all legal access. Now, Government of India is making it very clear, and Government of India has gone officially to say that he does not work for the government. He was engaged in a private company. He was working in Iran on some project, and that is where he was abducted and taken into Balochistan by Pakistan's intelligence agencies. But so far, Pakistan has denied, India any access to Kulbhushan Jadhav, and now, Pakistan Army spokesperson has gone on record to say that a military court tried him and they've sentenced him to death.
That's absolutely shocking bit of news coming in there. We're getting in lots of reactions. Gaurav, just stay with me. Retired Lieutenant General Raj Kandian is joining me now on the phone line. Sir, good afternoon and thanks so much for speaking to us. How do you respond to this news coming in from the Pakistan military courts, Kulbhushan Jadhav there being awarded death sentence?
The news is absolutely shocking, and I hope somebody sees logic and overturns the decision. They kept saying he is an Indian naval officer. India has denied it repeatedly that he used to serve in the Navy, but then he retired and was working with a merchant company.
Yes.
Nobody knows where he was caught, maybe in Iran, and he was brought in by them. Secondly, while not casting any serious aspersions on the legal system in Pakistan, their history does necessitate that we should make a mention that as far as the military court, what happened to the trial of Musharraf? The same country where there was a murder and a treason charge, which was much more serious than what they could have charged Mr. Kulbhushan or Commander Kulbhushan with. And the court couldn't do a thing. So I don't think Pakistan is got the kind of judicial freedom as we have in our country. So we can't judge them by the standard that we apply here, where judiciary is totally free. So this is a one-sided judgment. They have not given India consular access to the man so that we could find out what actually happened.
Absolutely. And Gaurav, India has been repeatedly denied consular access to Kulbhushan Jadhav, isn't it? Despite the Vienna Convention.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we are getting more details. What Pakistan Army has said is that under Section 59 of Pakistan Army Act of 1952 and of Section 3 of the Official Secret Act of 1923, they tried him and found him guilty of espionage, and that is why he's been sentenced to death. Then again, why was he given no consular access is the big question that is being raised at this point of time. If Pakistan is so sure about its evidence, and we will very soon play out that that statement of Sartaj Aziz, advisor to Pakistan's Prime Minister on Foreign Affairs, very clearly said that there is no evidence against him and more evidence is required against him to be taken at an international fora, and yet they've sentenced him to death. And I want to bring in Colonel Shafqat Saeed. He's a noted Pakistani defense analyst who joins us on the phone line. Colonel Shafqat Saeed, if you're so sure about your evidence, why not put it out in public domain? Why try an Indian national under a military court and sentence him to death, sir?
There are two, three things. I expect that you would hear my 3 points. First of all, he was not member of a diplomatic corps for which he would have got the access of your consulate and all that. He was undercover spy who had come in a garb of a businessman, and he was conducting anti-state espionage and subversive activity in which a lot of people had died and a lot of damage has been caused to life and property. Therefore,
point one, consular access is not only for diplomats, it's for every citizen of another country. It's for every citizen. It is not restricted, sir. It is not restricted to diplomats.
I asked you that you would listen to me. I knew that you would not be able to listen to me.
I am just correcting you on facts. I'm correcting you on facts. Go on, sir.
I'm not a student of yours. I'm giving you my opinion. Please listen to my opinion. And it does not require any correction. Second thing is that he has been tried according to the rules and regulations to which all the espionage people are tried. So it is not what you are saying, that open courts and clear courts and above the board and transparency and all that. That all nonsense does not pertain to anything according to which an espionage, subversive activity defaulter is tried. And thirdly, I think that India should call it a day. Whatever India is doing, it should bring it to an end. Which causes
If you are so sure of your facts, why not put out facts in public domain? Why a military court, sir?
It is like that. All subversive activity defaulters are tried. Anti-state foreigners who are caught in espionage activities are tried by a military court. It is always like that.
Sir, Sartaj Aziz is Pakistan's Prime Minister's advisor on foreign affairs. He's gone on record to say that there isn't enough evidence against Kulbhushan Jadhav to put out an international fora. He's gone on record to say that.
Yes, he is on record to have said that, but please don't remove words from the sentences that he uttered. He said that the evidence is not conclusive at the moment that we can proceed against Kulbhushan Singh Yadav. He was answering a question in the Senate, and he said that we are...
So when Tariq Pirzada says... Sir, hold on, let me also bring in Tariq Pirzada. Colonel Shafkat Saeed, stay with me for a moment. Let me also bring in Tariq Pirzada. Tariq Pirzada, Sartaj Aziz is advisor to Pakistan's Prime Minister on foreign affairs. He said evidence against Kulbhushan Jadhav is not conclusive, and yet your military court goes ahead and sentences him to death. What kind of kangaroo courts are these in Pakistan, sir?
Here is what it is. You know, all the terrorists that are being hanged in Pakistan, their cases are referred to the military courts by the civilian government through the Ministry of Interior. So all those terrorists who have been hanged so far, their cases have been tried based on the reference of these cases to the military courts under the law that is a part of the law of land at the present time. So I'm not talking about Kulbhushan Yadav so far. Now, talking about Kulbhushan Yadav, he was charged, indicted for sponsoring terrorism, for creating network of terrorism, for destabilizing through terrorism areas of Pakistan from Karachi to Fata. So
where is the evidence, sir? Where is the evidence?
I'm answering. I'm coming.
Where is the evidence? There has to be at least an iota of evidence, sir.
No, sure, absolutely. There is everything that is there. His own statement, videotape statement, which was before the court. Number two, all the dozens of other people who were caught as a part of his network, they were produced as an evidence, as a piece of evidence. Number three, you refer to Sartaj Aziz. He withdrew he clearly issued a rebuttal. And the next day,
you're spot on. He withdrew, or was he made to withdraw? That's the question.
No,
why not in a civil court? Why in a military court? And let me bring in Major General G.D. Bakshi. General Bakshi, you've been listening to both Tariq Pirzada and Colonel Shafkat Saeed. An Indian national has been sentenced to death in Pakistan without giving India any consular access to the Indian national, sir.
First of all, Gaurav, this poor Indian national was abducted from Iran.
Yes.
He was on bona fide his business. He's a retired naval officer. He's just doing his business of shipping business there. He was abducted, firstly. This is a gross violation of human rights. And then when we said he's our citizen, they refused to give consular access. This is, nobody has denied that he's an Indian citizen. But
Yes.
then he has been kidnapped. And now he is being framed and killed. This is unacceptable.
Respond to that, Tariq Pirzada. This is unacceptable. This goes against international norms. Pakistan is behaving like a terrorist state, sir.
There is an international law against the terrorists, which is drone them, bomb them, kill them, or execute them. That's the international law against the terrorists.
You know, if you follow that law, then Hafiz Saeed should be the first man to be hanged. If you actually believe in that law, Hafiz Saeed should be the first man to be hanged under that law. Tariq Pirzada.
No, he's not a terrorist. He's a freedom fighter for Kashmir.
Oh, he's a freedom fighter. Tariq Pirzada, you say Hafiz Saeed is a freedom fighter. No wonder your country is so doomed. So doomed.
He is a freedom fighter for Kashmir, and that's the reality on the ground.
General G.D. Bakshi for Tariq Pirzada and perhaps many like him, including those in the Pakistani state.
200
Hafiz Saeed is a freedom fighter.
Pakistanis consider Hafiz Saeed as a freedom fighter.
Terrorists consider terrorists. That is what terrorists would consider a fellow terrorist, I'm sure. General G.D. Bakshi. General G.D. Bakshi.
You know, the fact I again reiterate is I could not hear these gentlemen properly. But the fact is, here is an Indian citizen abducted from a third country. Abducted from a third country and taken across, and now you are carrying out a going to carry out a judicial killing? I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
It's a military court. It's not even a civil court.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Of confession is on record.
Didn't we release those two boys who had strayed across into Uri at the time of the Uri attack?
And legislated by the civilian government. You know, Pakistani military courts are operating.
Civilian government or military government? What is the difference?
I just gave you.
It is the military that controls the strings from behind.
We cannot spare terrorists because India doesn't like it. We cannot spare terrorists because India doesn't like it. Hey,
if you cannot spare terrorists,
fortunately, most of whom get knocked out on the line of control.
Pakistan for sentencing him to death. You should be congratulating Pakistan because he was a terrorist. Come on.
Terrorist, my foot. He is a simple, innocent Indian citizen who was abducted. He was abducted by your people and taken across the Iran border.
Are you an Indian citizen or an Indian terrorist? Tell me. You are an Indian citizen.
This is absolute arrant nonsense. This, Mr. Pirzada, is arrant nonsense.
What are India's options?
You
can't will not stand.
We got him.
It will not stand, Mr. Pirzada. There will be consequences.
Red-handed.
We have your citizens with us, whom you keep sending across. We will hang them all.
And to the world capital.
In fact, that is what India needs to do, perhaps. That is exactly what India needs to do. But for the benefit of viewers just joining us, Tariq Pirzada and General G.D. Bakshi, stay with me for a moment. Let me just read out what Pakistan Army spokesperson Major General Asif Ghafoor has just put out. He says Indian raw agent Kulbhushan awarded death sentence through FGCM. This is General Court Martial in Pakistan. And he's saying for espionage and sabotage activities against Pakistan. So this is the release that they've just put out. They claim that he's an Indian raw agent, naval officer 41558 Zulu is his number. Commander Kulbhushan Sudhir Jadhav alias Hussain Mubarak Patel was arrested on the 3rd of March 2016 through a counter-intelligence operation in Balochistan in a place called Mashkel for his involvement in espionage and sabotage activities against Pakistan. The spy has been tried through Field General Court Martial under Pakistan Army Act and awarded death sentence today. COAS General Qamar Javed Bajwa has confirmed his death sentence. Raw agent, according to Pakistan, was tried under Section 59 of Pakistan Army Act of 1952 and Section 3 of Official Secret Act 1923. The court found Kulbhushan Jadhav guilty of all charges. He confessed before a magistrate and court that he was tasked by RAW to plan, coordinate and organize espionage sabotage activities aiming to destabilize and wage war against Pakistan by impeding the efforts of law enforcement agencies for restoring peace in Balochistan and Karachi. Now, Pakistan claims that the accused was provided and a defending officer as per legal provisions. But this is where Pakistan is wrong. If they had evidence, they should have put out that evidence in public domain. Pakistan has not done that, and Tariq Pirzada, that is where Pakistan is hiding. Pakistan is just heightening tensions between the two countries by this step, Tariq Pirzada.
Forgotten Sarabjit Singh? Have you forgotten Sarabjit Singh?
Yeah, you killed him in your jail. You killed Sarabjit Singh in your jail.
No, we did not kill. The prisoners fought with each other and he died. That's all. That's all. We should have hanged him. But we delayed that matter because we wanted to have some cordial relations with India. But now India is in the open, sponsoring terror in Pakistan. We can't steer Indian terrorists in Pakistan. That's the end of the story, man.
Oh, clearly, that just goes on to show, if you have evidence, why would you not put out that evidence in public domain? So you coerce a man into making a statement. In any civilized country, General G.D. Bakshi, in any civilized country, a confession made to a police officer is inadmissible as evidence in a court of law, but not in Pakistan, General G.D. Bakshi. Clearly, Pakistan has no corroborative evidence. Tariq Pirzada, where is corroborative evidence? You have made a statement and you are now going to hang a man. Where is corroborative evidence, Tariq Pirzada?
Well, we'll share all the evidence with you. Come to Pakistan and make an application to the military court. They'll give you all the... Or why don't you talk to the United Nations? They have our detailed dossier on the...
No, but it was exactly... You know, Sartaj Aziz exactly made that point when journalists said, why aren't you raising this at the United Nations? Sartaj Aziz said, we do not have conclusive evidence against Kulbhushan Jadhav. You've tried to take that case to several defense attaches across the world, and all of them said, where is evidence? And that is why it's a military court you're taking it to. You have absolutely no evidence that would stand scrutiny in any civilized country. I don't know about Pakistan, where a military court has sentenced him to death, Tariq Pirzada.
Listen, have you forgotten Samjhauta Express? You exonerated all the culprits.
Nobody's been exonerated. Nobody has been exonerated. That is where Pakistan spreads falsehoods. Nobody has been exonerated.
You set up houses of Muslims on fire in Orissa yesterday. You guys are murderers.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about a specific case of an Indian national who was abducted in Iran and taken to Balochistan. You don't have an answer to that. मैं आपसे नाम पूछता हूँ, आप अपने गाड़ी का नंबर बताते हो.
Even the Iranians did not deny that. He was an Indian terrorist operating
No. Iranians in fact said there is no evidence. Iranians went on record to say that he was a businessman working in Iran. That is where
Iranians
Pakistan...
never said that.
Oh,
Iranians never said that. You're lying.
You know, that is where Pakistan is wrong. You abducted a man from Iran, took him into Pakistan, and you framed him. Why is evidence not being put out? Why is evidence not being put out? Tariq Pirzada and Colonel Shafqat Saeed, stay with me on this story, because we will continue to expose Pakistan on this.